some of the integrations we've built for customers, and they've all been built for customers, are mainly around how do you drive your website conversions. So it's going from website visitors to leads is a big drop-off, especially in B2B at the moment. It hovers around 2 to 5%, whereas in B2C they do a lot better, around 40 to 50, depending on how sophisticated they are. So a lot of what we've done is how do you sort of fill that gap. One thing that B2C does really well is how do they get subscribers. They have an intermediary step between a customer and a web visitor. And that's what B2B do very badly. They don't really have this philosophy of getting subscribers. I mean, some of the more advanced companies do, but generally speaking, they don't, and they don't do it well. So let's talk a bit about that. The next one is how do you drive leads as a result of that? And one way, as I was saying, B2C do very well is they're very good at converting those subscribers to leads. So one of the things you can do is web personalization. That's one of the most effective ways to drive visitors coming to your site and actually make them into leads or subscribers. And as part of that, we've developed an integration between WordPress and Marketo to do that. Why WordPress? Because number one, it's a top market share CMS. Number two, it's free, which means even if you have a legacy website, you can still use what I'm talking about with WordPress on the side since it doesn't cost anything. Okay, so let's go into how do you actually drive subscribers from your actual integration. So the first one is personalized offers. And I guess if you've been in the RTP talks, you've probably seen a lot of this, is how do you then, like you may already be showing offers on your site, but are they actually relevant to the people coming to the site? So one thing you want to do is use your Marketo analytics to actually show relevant offers by region, by persona, by whatever segmentation you use to the person coming on the site. That's more likely for people to actually convert and become subscribers. So at the beginning, we're just talking about subscribers. How do we build a subscriber base? We'll talk about the rest later. The other thing is localization. If you're a national company or an international company, having a local presence, a local number, having the local language is a key decision as to whether you're going to engage with that company. So that's another thing that the integration with WordPress allows you to do. For example, US numbers versus Australian numbers. Now, the other thing around driving subscriptions is you've all seen pop-up boxes on B2C sites. They're extremely effective in driving subscribers, but they're usually shunned from a B2B point of view simply because they're annoying. They're extremely annoying. You arrive on a site, they pop up instantly. But what you can do with the WordPress integration is you can do smart visitor sign-up. So you can use the analytics in Marketo to determine what is the threshold of engagement where you will actually pop up the box. So it's all about the timing. If it popped up at the right time, where you're likely to convert, then you will convert. And that's where you're able to do this kind of things on B2B sites. So Marketo, you can see, do very well on their blog. But what they don't do is the next part. It's not just timing. It's about relevance. So if you're popping this up at a later stage, say they didn't convert on the first one, or even the first time, if I've got some information about that person's persona, about what they're interested in, that's quite easy to determine. So for example, on my blog here, if they're interested in Marketo articles, then when I pop up this subscriber, this smart sign-up box, I'll say, hey, look, we've got lots of articles on Marketo. Why don't you sign up? So it's more relevant. It's not just, hey, a generic sign-up. It's, no, we've got what you want. Do you want to sign up? And that will drive subscriptions as well as just be more relevant. So the next part is how do you do that in B2C? So we have a lot of B2C customers, so we get asked the same kind of thing. So as part of that, we've built an integration into Magento. Magento being the leader in the e-com software platforms. It's also open source. Now, to give you an idea, I'm just going to briefly go through this. All you're talking about now is instead of content marketing in the B2B space, you're talking about products. So recommended products, recommended offers or specials that you've got. So that's, everyone's seen that in Amazon, but what you can do here is do it through Marketo and the integration with Magento at a much lower cost. Same thing with visitor sign-up. I mean, most B2C sites have subscription sign-up, but they don't have any relevance. So here what you're doing is using the analytics in Marketo, like for example, interest, to personalize that call to action. So rather than a generic 10% off if you sign up now, because I know a particular person has gone to the heels section of my site, I know they're interested in heels. So I'm going to personalize that call to action with what they're interested in as a product, and also the timing aspect. So this is something that B2C don't really do at all. And they definitely don't have that smart aspect. They just pop it up randomly. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is turning subscribers into leads, and how do you do that through your website. So from a blog perspective, B2C and B2B both use WordPress a lot as a blogging platform. So what we've built as part of the integration is auto sending alerts when a new article comes out. So that's been a sticking point with RSS feeds and Marketo for a while. So when you publish a blog, it will automatically trigger a campaign in Marketo and send it to the right people. The great thing with WordPress is you can tag your blogs according to interest, which means you can segment that. So if I'm interested in heels, I'm not going to get updates about bags, new bags that have come out. I'll just get the updates on heels. And that's really important when you have a lot of offers and a lot of content, because, for example, if you ever subscribe to the HubSpot blog, you just get updates on everything. And they post blog articles 3 or 4 a day. But if I could segment that according to what I've shown interest in, it's just going to be more effective, less of a deluge. Now, it's not just about via email. So yes, you can nurture via email. A lot of people do that right now. But there's the website, right? At the end of the day, if getting subscribers is useless unless you can convert them to leads in a B2B perspective. So what you want is to be aggressively pushing relevant content to them every time they come to the website, but doing that in an intelligent way, not always showing the same thing, showing things that are relevant to them. So here we're pushing upcoming webinars that's relevant to that person, and we're aggressively trying to get them to sign up, because if we can't convert them from subscribers to leads, then there's no point just having a subscriber base. Now, the next part is if they are interested in signing up, what we need to make is reduce the sign-up friction on the form. So, of course, we have progressive profiling and pre-fill, but because it's built in the CMS, it's seamless with your responsive designs, so that just works. Now, the next part, in B2B, if you really want to reduce sign-up friction, why ask information that you already can find publicly? So that's why we built this LinkedIn integration. What we wanted to do is have the minimum amount of information that people can put in the form and then get the rest of it off LinkedIn. And we do this, if you go to my website on the Contact Us form page, you will see this kind of thing happening. There's actually a very limited set of information I ask for. I don't even ask last name, because most of the time that can be extracted from your email address. Then you can pull out information like title, region, your company size, industry, all those things, that really rich data. You can pull that and put it into your Marketo, like this example here. Now, of course, the next step is once you have that, well, why not send them an invite? So if anyone got an invite here, if you're San Fran based, if you're in a Marketo group, then you probably got a LinkedIn invite from me getting you to come to this talk, assuming you're in my network. And that's how we do it here. We do it through Marketo using our integration. It can also be triggered from a lead coming in, or even better, an LDR or a rep talking on the phone. After that conversation, immediately an invite goes from that rep to that person. And then the next part is just you're sending personalized message through that channel, which is an unsaturated kind of area. And the final step is you can track likes and shares and then respond to that and use that as segmentation. Thank you very much.